Henne, quarterback, Miami Dolphins.
Chad, we're getting ready for the Super Bowl. Saints, Colts, you're one of the few teams in the league, the Dolphins that is, to have faced both of those guys this season. Let's start with the Colts. What is it about that defense that makes them shine?
I think the Colts defense, you got to really look at the guys on the outside of the defensive line. You got Mathis and you got Dwight Freeney, and those guys can rush the passer like no other. And if you can't protect them, you're in a world of trouble, definitely if you're a passer.
Now, Dwight Freeney, there's obviously a lot of talk about whether or not he'll play in the game. Even if he does play, it's ligament damage. It's not something that you can shoot up and it'll just go away. It's definitely going to affect his explosiveness. How does that impact that defense, having Dwight Freeney either out and or limited?
Oh, it's definitely going to impact him. So everybody's been saying, who's his backup, and whoever his backup is really going to have to play a good game. But I feel, their secondary is still very strong, even though Bob Sanders has been out. But you can't really rely on the defense much. You got to rely on Peyton Manning really coming in.
Now, when you game planned for that defense, what were you trying to attack? Where did you see the weaknesses?
Well, we definitely felt the weaknesses were on the outside, on the passing game. We knew we could rush the ball and really get a running game going, but overall we felt we had some good matchups outside against their corners and getting the ball downfield.
Now let's talk about that Saints defense. That was the Achilles heel of New Orleans in seasons past, but Darren Sharper, John Vilma, they've really stepped it up this year. Let's talk about the New Orleans D and what makes them special.
Oh, I think their defense, the turnover ratio that they have, I think they average like 1.7 or 2 turnovers per game. And you really have to protect the ball against them, really protect the guys up front because they're solid players. They come after you and they go hard every play. And, you just have to be wary of where the ball is going at all times.
Now, when you game planned for the New Orleans Saints, what were the areas that you wanted to attack?
Well, we felt that we could rush the ball pretty efficiently against them, and we actually got up in an early lead. I think it was like 26-3 in the first half, and the New Orleans Saints actually came back in the second half and beat us. But we actually had our ways. We rushed the ball very well against them, and the passing game came on at the end.
What surprised you about each defense?
I think just their playmakers. They have Sharper and Harper on the Saints, and obviously Freeney and Mathis. The speed of the game really picked up against those defenses, and they were all good players.
What does the Colts defense do better than the New Orleans defense, and then we'll do the vice versa? Let's start with the Colts defense. What they do better than the New Orleans defense?
Obviously the Colts defense rushes the passer a lot better. They have guys on the outside that can really rush, and the guys on the inside that can give a good push. And with the Saints defense, they add a little bit more pressure. They pressure a lot more than the Colts, and you really have to be wary of where the pressure is coming from the Saints.
Prediction for Sunday's game?
I don't know. I predicted yesterday the Saints would win, and I'm kind of debating whether or not. I just think it's really going to be a really good game, and whoever has the ball at the end, I think will win the game.
Now, a lot of times you hear that the underdog goes into a game with no pressure. As an athlete, can you break down for us how much truth is there in that, or is that just a lot of fan talk?
I think it's a lot of fan talk, but obviously it gives you kind of an edge if especially the opposing team is the favorite and they feel like they're the favorite and get overconfident, which will definitely help the underdog.
So a specific score prediction, give it to us, Chad.
I'd say 35-31 Saints.
Super Bowl MVP?
Super Bowl MVP, Drew Brees.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.